Asclepias L. 1753. The milkweeds is an American genus of herbaceous perennial, dicotyledonous plants that contains over 140 known species. It previously belonged to the family Asclepiadaceae, but this is now classified as the subfamily Asclepiadoideae of the dogbane family Apocynaceae. Milkweed is named for its latex, a milky substance containing cardiac glycosides termed cardenolides that is exuded where cells are damaged. Most species are toxic. Linnaeus named the genus after Asclepius, the Greek god of healing. Milkweed flowers. Asclepias species produce some of the most complex flowers in the plant kingdom, comparable to orchids in complexity. 5 petals reflex backwards, revealing a gynostegium, fused stamen filaments and styles, surrounded by a 5-membrane corona. The corona is composed of a 5-paired hood and horn structure with a hood acting as a sheath for the inner horn. Glands holding pollinia are found between the hoods. The size, shape and color of the horns and hoods are often important identifying characteristics for species. In the genus Asclepias, pollination in this genus is accomplished in an unusual manner. Pollen is grouped into complex structures called pollinia, or pollen sacs, rather than being individual grains or tetrads, as is typical for most plants. The feet are mouthports of flower-visiting insects such as bees, wasps and butterflies. Slip into one of the 5 slits in each flower formed by adjacent anthers. The bases of the pollinia are then mechanically attached to the insect, so that a pair of pollen sacs can be pulled free when the pollinator flies off, assuming the insect is large enough to produce the necessary pulling force. If not, the insect may become trapped and die. Pollination is affected by the reverse procedure, in which one of the pollinia becomes trapped within the anther slit. Large-bodied hymenopterans are the most common and best pollinators, whereas monarch butterflies are not good pollinators of milkweed. Asclepias species produce their seeds in pods termed follicles. The seeds, which are arranged in overlapping rows, bear a cluster of white, silky, filament-like hairs known as the coma, often referred to by other names such as pappus, floss, plume, or silk. The follicles ripen and split open, and the seeds, each carried by its coma, are blown by the wind. Some, but not all, milkweeds also reproduce by clonal or vegetative reproduction. Ecology. American milkweeds are an important nectar source for native bees, wasps, and other nectar-seeking insects, though non-native honeybees commonly get trapped in the stigmatic slits and die. Milkweeds are also the larval food source for monarch butterflies and their relatives, as well as a variety of other herbivorous insects, including numerous beetles, moths, and true bugs, specialized to feed on the plants despite their chemical defenses. Milkweeds use 3 primary defenses to limit damage caused by caterpillars: hairs on the leaves, cardenolide toxins, and latex fluids. Data from a DNA study indicate that more recently evolved milkweed species use these preventative strategies less but grow faster than older species, potentially regrowing faster than caterpillars can consume them. Uses. Although milkweed is not grown commercially at a large scale, the plant has had many uses through human history. The milkweed filaments from the coma, the floss, are hollow and coated with wax, and have good insulation qualities. During World War II, over 5,500 short tons of milkweed floss were collected in the United States as a substitute for kapok. As of 2007, milkweed is grown commercially as a hypoallergenic filling for pillows and has recently begun being cultivated to be used insulation for winter coats. The first milkweed insulated winter coat was produced in 2016 in collaboration with Altitude Sports, a Canadian online retailer of technical outerwear and high-end winter coats. Quartz Co., a Canadian brand producing high-quality winter coats. And Monarch, a Quebec-based company cultivating Asclepias syriaca fibers. A study of the insulative properties of various materials found that milkweed floss was outperformed by other materials in insulation, loft, and lumpiness, but scored well on various metrics when mixed with down feathers. Milkweed is a plant-based insulation that is locally grown in Canada. It is renewable, light, and as mentioned earlier, it is also hypoallergenic. Milkweed fibers are used to clean up oil spills. In the past, the high dextrose content of the nectar led to milkweed's use as a source of sweetener for Native Americans and voyages. The bast fibers of some species can be used for cordage. Milkweed latex contains about 1 to 2% latex, and was attempted as a source of natural rubber by both Germany and the United States during World War II. No record has been found of large-scale success, grown commercially since 2012, particularly in Quebec. Asclepias is also known as silk of America, using a term, silk, attributed by the naturalist Charles Sigisbert Sonnini that was brought into France as an exotic plant and a silk to be included in fabrics. Silk of America is a strand of common milkweed, Asclepias syriaca, gathered mainly in the valley of the St. Lawrence River in Canada. The silk is used to manufacture thermal insulation, acoustic insulation and oil absorbents. Milkweed also contains cardiac glycoside poisons that inhibit animal cells from maintaining a proper K+, Ca+ concentration gradient. As a result, many natives of South America and Africa used arrows poisoned with these glycosides to fight and hunt more effectively. Milkweed is toxic and may cause death when animals consume large quantities of the plant. Milkweed also causes mild dermatitis in some who come in contact with it. Nonetheless, milkweed can be made edible if properly processed. The leaves of Asclepias species, and of some species formerly classified as Asclepias such as Gomphocarpus physocarpus, are the only food source for monarch butterfly larvae and other milkweed butterflies. These plants are therefore often used in butterfly gardening, and the cultivation of it supports the life cycle of the monarch butterfly, which is currently labeled as an endangered species. Some Asclepias species. There are also 12 species of Asclepias in South America. Among them, A. bardonifolia, A. boliviensis, A. curaçavica, A. melodora, A. candida, A. flava, and A. pilgriana, formerly placed here. Some species formerly classified under the Asclepias genus include Calotropis gigantea, L. W. T. Iton, as A. gigantea L. Calotropis procera, Iton, W. T. Iton, as A. procera Iton, Cynantium louisi Cartes and Gandhi, as A. nigra L. Cynantium thesiurides, Fren. K. Schum, as A. sibirica L. Funistrum clausum, JACQ, SCHLTR, as A. clausa JACQ, Gomphocarpus cancellatus, Berm. F. brains, as A. cancellatus Berm. F. or A. rotundifolium Mill, Gomphocarpus fruticosus, L. W. T. Iton, as A. fruticosa L. Marsdenia macrophylla, Hum, and Bonpl. X. Wild, E. Fawn, as A. macrophylla Hum, and Bonpl. X. Schult, Marsdenia tenacissima, ROXB. Moon, as A. Tenacissima roxb. Matilia maritima, JACQ. Woodson, as A. Maritima JACQ. Sarcostema acidum, ROXB. Voigt, as A. Acida ROXB. Sarcostema viminale, L. R. BR, as A. Viminalis, L. Stewed, Telosma cordata, Berm, F. Mare, as A. Cordata Berm, F. Telosma pallida, ROXB. Crabe, as A. Pallida ROXB. Tylophora indica, Berm, F. Mare, as A. Asthmatica L. F. Thinstoxicum hirundo medic, as A. Thinstoxicum L. Thinstoxicum pasnostelma as A. Paniculata bunge. Exismalobium undulatum, L. R. BR, as A. Undulata L. Everett, J. H. Leonard, R. L. Little, C. R. 2007. Weeds in South Texas and Northern Mexico. Lubbock, Texas Tech University Press. ISBN 0-89672-614-2. Medical research. Milkweed test cultivated for the insulation value of floss. Milkweed in Handbook of Energy Crops. Common milkweed production research at Western Illinois University. UVSC Herbarium. Asclepias